and welcome into Bruins Rinkside here on CLNS Media. My name's Evan Marinovsky, alongside Connor Ryan of Boston Sports Journal, and we are here kind of unexpected, this news. So Wednesday afternoon, the news is broken by the Hockey News that Zdeno Chara has signed a one-year, $795,000 deal with the Washington Capitals. Stunning timing, stunning to go to Washington. You and I both thought that his days in Boston were probably done, but to now have him go to the Capitals of all teams, what is your initial reaction?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a damn shame for the Bruins. I think for the fans. Listen, it'd be one thing, and I think when we talked about Chara's future and a scenario in which he was going to leave Boston, what it would be, we figured it was probably going to be okay. He still thinks he can take on, top pairing or, maybe a second pairing, legitimate minutes with another team. Another team can offer him 20 plus minutes a night. And with this Bruins team, you figure the best case scenario would be more in a third pairing role on this team, still serving as a mentor for the tons of younger players that are now going to be thrown into a baptism by fire on the blue line for the Bruins. We figured that was going to be the situation, but to pretty much, based on what Chara said on Instagram, saying the Bruins pretty much like, yeah, we're moving on, and to sign a 1-year deal for under 800,000. I mean, that's brutal. I mean, I don't know how other ways to kind of to size it up. It's not even just the nostalgia part of it for what he's meant to this team and his role in the locker room and helping out these younger players. I mean, he's still an extremely valuable asset, especially in taking in a lower role. I mean, he would still be a great shutdown option. He's still, even though people say he's 43 years old, he's not the player he once was, which, I mean, no shit. He's 43 years old, right? He's still a guy that takes a whole bunch of tough defensive draws, takes on, top six opponents regularly, and now you're going to lose that. And for the Bruins to move on and not have a set option in place, I mean, you've got younger players like Lozon and Zaboral and Vaakanainen, but it's not like these guys are slam dunk guys, right? It's not like you had like maybe a McAvoy or one of these guys that really impressed during the last, the tail end of last year in the playoffs and was ready to jump in. It's not like a Studnicka where you're like, all right, this guy, if we give him more minutes, we really think he's going to do really well. They don't have a set option there. And so you let Chara walk away for under $1 million. You handed it out $1.2 million to Kevin Miller. You try to go whatever angle, and who knows how the Bruins are going to try to spin this, but I really don't know how you can kind of justify, considering the cost, the value that he would bring on this team, and also the fact that, I mean, he's a future Hall of Famer, 14 years with the Bruins, won them the Cup for the first time in over 40 years. And like this, I mean, I think it's just kind of inexcusable. Just you compile all those factors. I don't know how you spin this in a positive light.
You don't. So the only way I think they can spin this, and Chara said this in his Instagram post, the Bruins have informed me that they plan to move forward with their many younger and talented players, and I respect their decision. The ironic part is Chara wanted to be back in Boston. Chara said it back on September 3rd. He, in the presser, he had all his Boston stuff on. He absolutely wanted to be back. And I agree with you. I'm totally with you on this. I don't understand what the risk is. It's $795,000. You still have cap room. You would still have cap room with Chara. And I don't understand. I mean, again, as you said, penalty kill situations, late in game, up a goal, protecting a lead in your own zone. Chara's the guy you want. And I don't understand why you let him walk to the Capitals. So what's next now? Your left side, and we've said this all offseason, is bare. You are open on the left side of defense. So what? You want to get younger? You don't know. It is very up in the air whether or not Zaboral and Vaakanainen can play 17 minutes a night in the National Hockey League. So what? You're going to have John Moore and Kevin Miller back there? I mean, do you expect to be a top team with that defense? Now, granted, is Chara going to win you the cup per se? Not necessarily, but you have him on that back end. It stabilizes things. He is the captain of the team. People forget he's the captain. And on top of that, you have him for those in-game situations. I don't understand. If he signed with the Capitals for $2.5 million, we could sit here and say, okay, fine. Makes sense. You
If
know,
you yeah, if you're gonna
wasn't
hand him
worth
20
that.
minutes, yeah, exactly. But
Sure.
yeah,
But this is 795,000. It's embarrassing. That is embarrassing to let that happen. And you know, this offseason, and we'll do a separate video on this so people can look forward to it, on just how bad this offseason's been for the Bruins and what direction are they going in. But Connor, that's Connor Ryan. I'm F. Marinovsky. Connor will have all your coverage over at Boston Sports Journal. I over at CLNS Media. And that is Zdeno Chara to the Washington Capitals. And you will see him 7 times this season.